basically, the most efficient way of being able to grow your list is going to be through a product launch, especially those of us who are in the information marketing niche. It's the most consistent. It's the cleanest way to do it. And you can do this, right? You can have a strategy. You can have a list growth strategy that all it is, right? All your list building strategy can be launching products. It can be, right? It can be if you're going to be consistent in writing every day, right? Because again, you can't start building a list like this and then be willing to fade into the background. That is not what this list is about. And again, I'm not saying everybody has to do this, but I'm saying though, if you're going to be involved in the business opportunity niche, right? People are active. People are kind of up and about. People are checking their emails most days, and you need to be involved in the conversation. If you're not going to be consistent, you don't want to write every day, you don't want to send emails every day, you don't want to do something every day, then list growth through product launches may not necessarily grow your list. Right now, you need to be consistent in production. Right. So in other words, most of you who have anything, whether or not you are a freelancer or you are a product creator, you know how you can get, right, production and produce something on a regular basis, right? You have to know that. So in other words, getting into production mode means that you have to put it onto your schedule. So basically, content creation is one thing, but then production is another thing. You have to produce the thing that needs to be launched. Now, again, I've always said that you need to work from a checklist if you're going to do a product launch. Now, if you don't have a product launch checklist, make sure you get one and then get that list. And so that you put those things on your schedule. You plan out the product launch. You plan out what day you're going to do everything. And again, once you set those dates and you figure out what the flow is going to be, you put those same dates for the next period. So in other words, you put the product launch down for this month, for the month of March. And then when you get about 1 weekend, you put your dates down for month 2. And when you get, let's say, to the end of March, you put your months down for date 3. Try to stay 2 or 3 periods ahead in terms of laying out your schedule. And laying out your schedule as to when you're going to do things. So you can be, again, everybody has good intentions about product launching. And I can tell you that your good intentions, my good intentions will not get your product launched. You will find an excuse not to do the last bit of work. You will find an excuse not to, let's say, not to call contact JVs. You will find an excuse not to write the copy because it's not something you want to do. You will find a way not to do something that will keep you, let's say, on schedule unless you really have a production schedule. You have to have one. Basically, you've got to get that entire checklist, whatever you're going to do to produce your product, you got to get it onto your schedule and onto your calendar, and those dates must be mandatory for you to be consistent in production. Right? The only way that this works, growing your list through a product launch, is it happens little by little every single day you sell something. Little by little every single day you sell something. So every day, right, you're launching on a consistent basis, you get some new customers, you're writing them, you're keeping them engaged, you launch something in the next period. Right? Some of those people are going to buy. You continue to engage them. Then before you know it, then your third time, you're launching something again. And then some of those people will buy, and some of those people from the first thing, they'll buy what you have. But basically it's about production. It's not about the big home run. Right? So don't get seduced. And I mean this severely. Don't feel like, well, man, I don't think I could do one of those big launches that the people are talking about on Facebook. You don't have to do that, folks. It's not even about being big and public. You don't have to do that. And again, I have nothing against being public if that's the way that you want to conduct the launch. But what it is about is being consistent, right? Generating content, generating products that you can put together that people are going to want. To do this takes planning, and that's just what I explained to you. You have to plan out when you are going to produce. Right? Content creation, you can probably figure out. If I had to create some content, let's say if I got home tonight at 8, if I walked in the door, I could probably figure out how to throw something together and create some content. But if I don't have a production schedule, if I don't have a date where things are due, trust me, products do not get launched. And the only way they get launched is you got to plan it out. You got to know when you're going to do what, because when you have things that come up in your schedule, you need to move things around so that you can keep your production schedule. Most people have good intentions. Most people are smart enough. Most people understand what it takes to create a product. Most people don't do it because they don't have a mandatory production schedule, and you need to keep it, right? And the only way you're going to keep it is to plan it out. You need to have something that's going to be worth the market's time. So in other words, they buy this thing, something's going to happen for them good. Obviously, if you can attract affiliates and generate traffic to your offer, right, you're going to be able to grow your list consistently through a product launch.